Hey, welcome to Tavern Talks. Oof, I just made it. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you
Rushing
did.
into the tavern there for a second. So, welcome everybody. It is a great day. We have some fun things we're going to show you guys tonight. But as always, this is a small stream where we sit and we talk about D&D, and we bring amazing people like our guest tonight, DM Dad and Company, as well as all of the guests that we've had throughout the last 2 years. And we share their amazing feats that they're creating, all of their new tips and tricks. And of course, we do this in the wonderful realm of a tavern, which I love. So grab your pints, sit back, let's have a conversation. So our guest here, DM Dadco, we've been talking for a few months, and I noticed this man was out there creating crazy ideas just with one type of tile. So he uses strictly Warlock tiles, at least he did when I first met him. I don't know if he's still only using Warlock tiles, but I do know that he was just using Warlock tiles, and he was coming up with some pretty cool setups. So without any further ado, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Colton. I run DM Dad and Co. along with my wife. Yeah, I do use pretty much only the Warlock tiles still. I do have some of the 2D Wizards of the Coast tiles that I use once in a while. I think I've used it only in one of my builds, but I try to get builds up every other week on my YouTube channel, and I'm pretty active on Instagram as well. So I really love making these terrain builds and showing you guys what you can really do with these Warlock tiles, different setups you can make, and tips and tricks that you can use to get the most out of them.
Yeah, so like I said, we've been talking for a while, trying to get you on the show, trying to have a conversation about all these Warlock tiles. And then normally I will say though, I do like to ask the 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
All of people that have been here watching us for the last 2 years know the exact same 3 questions I ask all of our guests as they show up in the tavern. The first one is, how long have you been playing?
Honestly, compared to most of the people that I interact with, not that long. It's only been about let's see, it's 2022 now, so about 5.5 years I've been playing D&D.
Okay.
I've always been interested in it, and never really got into it. Then one day, a couple years ago, I don't even remember how the conversation started. My friend and I were talking about how we've always wanted to play. And I said, okay, well, we both got wives. We'll make them play with us. And I bought the books and I took it upon myself to be the DM. And I DM'd our first game, and both of our wives really enjoyed it as well. Um, and I've pretty much just been DMing ever since. And I wouldn't mind being a player, but I don't think that I would make a good player. I really enjoy. I have a little bit of a control problem, so I like being able to be the DM and make sure things go smoothly, I guess.
Right. No, I can respect that. I think it's a challenge, but it's also just a wonderful feeling to be able to tell the story and to make sure that you're almost like the facilitator of that fun, right? That's kind
Exactly.
of where what we see most often.
Exactly. And I always love seeing the looks on my players' faces when I reveal something or when they see the builds that I make for them to interact with, and that's part of the reason why I love DMing so much.
Nice. So I'm guessing then that kind of answers my second question. My second question would have been is what got you involved with D&D, or what started you on this? And it sounds like you had a friend of yours that was just kind of diving into the puzzle the first time.
Yeah, pretty much. We were just talking about it, and I said to him, well, why don't we give it a shot? And he was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And so I looked into how to get started and bought all the core rule books for 5e, and just kind of researched on what to do because I had no idea, and neither did he really. And we picked a time for us to sit down, and I had already almost memorized the player's handbook at that point. And I was like, because I was so excited for it. So I helped my wife and my friend and his wife all make characters. And then the next time we met, I ran my first session, and they had a blast. I had a blast, and just kind of spun out of there from there.
Nice. So, and you, I'm guessing, were just immediately the one that had to do the GM role. You were stepped up immediately into the GM role.
Yeah, pretty much. My friend did. I actually ran a short little adventure from Sly Flourishes. I have the book around here somewhere.
Oh, nice.
But I ran one of those, I think it was the Dwarven Tomb or something like that I ran out of Sly Flourish for them. And once that was finished, my friend DM'd or was going to start DMing his own adventure from there, but he hadn't actually prepped anything or wasn't ready for it. So he did it for like half an hour and then was like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. I'd rather play. And so I was like, all right, well, that's fine because I prefer DMing anyway. And
nice.
That's just kind of where I took off.
Awesome. And then it kind of spiraled into now this full-blown studio prep that you have, building these large encounters, really. I mean, large maps that you've got. What's the largest you've built so far?
The largest I built so far would be probably my wife and I, right after I had bought a lot of new sets, a lot of new Warlock tile sets. And my wife and I decided one night after we put my son to sleep to just come down here, put on a movie, and we just made a little town area, a little village. Awesome. And so yeah, I think it was some of the pictures that I sent you earlier would be, that one was definitely the biggest that I built so far. But nice. The one that I have set up now, and also my version of Greenest Keep from Hoard of the Dragon Queen, would probably be the next biggest nice. Ones that I've done.
Yeah, Greenest Keep is a lot of fun in the Hoard. So got to keep that a little secret though, because got players in here that know that I'm running through the Hoard right now. So
okay, we'll try to keep it a little secret for.
I mean, I say it's a secret, but literally, if they wanted to, they could just go buy the book and read the book completely from start to finish, and they would know exactly what's happening. Other they wouldn't, because I don't ever run completely by the book. So
yeah,
remember that, people. You will never up a game master if he doesn't just use a module.
Absolutely,
it'll never happen.
I think most game masters probably don't run it straight out of the book either.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think I've ran a single module out of the book completely. My interpretation of Tomb of Annihilation has literally exploded, so that one will never be a book only. Hoard of the Dragon Queen is a little more book-like, but there's a lot of holes in Hoard of the Dragon Queen, so yeah, I've had to improvise a little bit, and I've had to really connect my players' backstories into it, which was a lot of fun. One of our players, and I think I talked about this last week even, one of our players is a fighter, and she later found out like like episode like 2 or 3, she found out that she could ask for fate. Like she was talking to something in the ether and it connected her to, oh, do you really want to make this decision work? Yes, I do. So it automatically gave her nat 20 crit. But what she didn't know is it put her in line to connect with another creature, finding out that later, probably 10 sessions later, that her family couldn't have children and pleaded with a hag to have a child, and that's who she was. And she now has hex blood in her, and it was an amazing experience for her because she didn't know anything was coming up.
That's awesome.
But she had a lot of fun with it. That was one of my biggest hiding factors, that I was like, okay, when this is revealed, this will be a lot of fun. And now I've got this hag that just randomly will appear throughout the story and kind of pick at the players one by one, especially when they're starting to be slow and not wanting to do things.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's see here. So I'm curious because this is a portion of D&D that I have yet to really dive into.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that in a way because, first off, I don't have the money. I straight up admit it, everybody on the stream, I don't have a lot of money. That's why
it costs a lot. All of my tiles, I probably have, I don't know, $6,000-$7,000 worth of tiles alone here. So I can imagine.
Yeah. So, and I get the wonders of it. I get the excitement of it. And I've literally been going to my local game store going, might have to buy that first box. Like, hopefully though, when I get a new career path out as I start to transition to a new job, that will bring in more money, which then will allow us to ramp up our production a little bit for our stream, as well as, giving me the extra income a little bit more to provide some of these things. Or if there's people out there who want to help me with that, talk to me. We'll figure out something. I'll throw your stuff up. I'll take care of something there. So,
you never know. I'll talk to my wife and maybe I'll donate you a set.
Be amazing. We'll promote your stuff we'll make sure we get a good compensation for that too. So speaking of that, because I am extremely busy, for anybody who's never seen me play or ever heard of our show, this is my 3rd or 4th job throughout my life. So, every week. So I pro game master 2 games a week. I build our stream. I run both of the streams currently at the moment, though that's going to change here in the next couple of months as we start to ramp up our production value. And we have a really cool project coming up starting in June or July. I might be mixing that up. One of the two. I'll look in a little bit. But until then, those are my projects. On top of it, I'm also writing for GUI Cube. And then, I have a full-time job on the outside. So I'm always busy. And I feel bad because our wonderful man over here, DM Dadco, I won I think the 1st or 2nd giveaway
I think it was
ever did.
I think it was the first one, yeah.
And it is the Icon of the Realms with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Now, mind you, this campaign to me is one of the most terrifying campaigns I've ever read. It is so sandboxy and so out of the world that I'm not used to, because the Fae have such a weird way of just being. I want to run it, I do, but I don't think I have the time and energy to put all that I want into that setting, because it has to have something special. It has to give off that feeling of Fae, right? The feeling of
definitely
chaos, and things have to be awkward, and take everything you've seen from movies like Avatar, where things are colorful and pretty and big. And
exactly, people have this expectation of the Feywild, and I feel like even if it was me, because I haven't run this myself yet either, and I feel like it's me, I would definitely really need to dig in and make it something spectacular and definitely memorable.
And I also think that people need to look into, so there's another piece of the Feywild that people don't really think about because they haven't, unless you're a big DM's Guild fan. If you are, a secondary book was released, digital only, and it was done, I think, as a charity, if I'm not mistaken. But they did the dungeons, or the holy crap. There's a big monster in here, so this would be kind of cool. It's called the Domains of Delight. So that is the equivalency of Van Richten's Domains of Despair. So I want to break this thing. It feels so bad, especially if I do this on screen.
You'd probably they're not that fragile. You'll probably very nice.
Yeah. I get a Fomorian, man. I'm telling you, these things are so fun to work with. Yeah, that's my big monster for this. So if anybody's never seen WizKids big monsters, that's pretty big. So my last one that I got, and this was for my birthday or for Christmas last year, was an Oni. So or not an Oni, that's a ogre mage. But look at the difference in size. Like, that's crazy. It's going on the desktop.
It's even crazier too, because WizKids has really been doing their best, especially with these dragons that they're coming out with, to really stick to the sizes that their
like the huge and monstrous. Like
here, I got this, I think, for Christmas.
You don't have Tiamat, do you? I was like, that thing is so ginormous. It's big. Not even funny.
But like, look at this compared to, this is just a normal human.
Oh yeah.
Like how crazy that is.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious too, because you see the one, if anybody's ever seen the difference between the old Tiamat and the new one, it's insane.
I know. I have the old Tiamat sitting here. I will get the new Tiamat, but I just don't have $500 to drop.
Yeah, I just still got $500 to lay around to use the monster once. Like I'm going to use him once to have a good time against my players, just to watch everybody kind of in one word or another shit the bed.
Yeah,
and then it's going to go back on a shelf and never be used again. So
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's just funny to think that way. And then I got these two guys here. What is this thing? Gulop.
Some of them are named NPCs from the adventure itself. I don't know if that's one of them.
Gulop the XIX. I'm guessing it's an NPC.
It probably is. Yeah.
It looks like a frog. And then I got a Growl or a Grick. Nope, it's a Growl.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Nice little ad. So thank you for those. Those are amazing. And I'll take a couple cool pictures of those and toss those up on Instagram and stuff as well, because those are real cool.
Awesome.
So before we show off your builds and stuff, we had one question come in on Instagram that I was kind of curious about. Okay. I can't figure out who sent the question. For some reason, either they sent it and then they deleted it, but it made me curious. So what do you do for things like water and such, like the effects of that?
So that is my most difficult thing to do. They because they don't have water tiles yet, unfortunately. WizKids has not have Warlock tiles that cover water. So what I have to do is either find one of these dry erase markers and use like a blue marker to go in there and cover it. I have made I haven't made water tiles yet, but I have made like dirt roads. And
Heroes of Evermore is the one that sent that in. So
there you go.
They're chilling in our channel.
So right now my goal is to actually pick up one of those new Whiz Kids mats that they just came out. They came out with a
Okay.
really nice one, a really nice water one. And it looks great. I've seen it on, I think Gallon Goblin got a package sent to him with those in it. So I
Okay.
think the next thing I'll do for that is probably grab one of those mats. I don't do a lot of watery encounters. Usually stick more to city or wildlands or things like that. So I haven't
Yeah.
really had to invest in that so far. But I think when I do, that's probably gonna end up being what I go for is the
Right.
WizKids C map.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably the best option. Guess the other option would be is, just a basic mat. I mean, if you really were trying to just give the depiction of water, a blue tablecloth would work, and you just stack your minis over top of it and your terrain on
Exactly.
top
You
of
can
it.
pretty much do anything you want with it.
Yeah.
You can use, blue construction paper or anything pretty much
Yeah.
as to make it work for you. Just go with your own preference if you're looking to buy it for yourself. But that's
Yeah.
what I would say on that.
No, I agree. And like I said, some of that stuff is not want something you really, unless you're trying to take amazing pictures with it and you want to have that feel that actually looks like water. Blue construction paper works fine for
Exactly.
most people. Uh, of course, if you're going more photography based, then you're going to have to find something like a very nice battle map, or uh, even pieces of. Truthfully, I don't know because I don't craft enough at the moment.
Well,
I'm guaranteeing it'll.
you could definitely do. I think I've tried my hand at it once. Didn't came out how I wanted it to, and it's gone now. But I did used to craft with foam when I first
Okay.
started. You could definitely do foam, resin, and they actually have resin dyes. And there's a lot of different ways to do that as it's drying. You can use like toothpicks to do make it wavy and things
Right.
like that. You can do like cotton balls. I've seen someone take cotton balls and spread
Mhm.
them apart and dip them in the resin for like seafoam or for waterfalls and things like
Okay.
that. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
different things that you could do.
Yeah. I know Black Cat Crafting, I think, is one of them. There's a couple other guys. YouTube is amazing for this
Yes,
this specific tool. If
absolutely.
you want to craft anything, somebody on YouTube has done it.
Absolutely.
But specifically for Warlock tiles, this is the guy. Just this is the guy. Just because I think it's a very cool thing that is kind of your staple, right? It's not just terrain; it's Warlock tiles. It's using the tools
Yeah,
that D&D has given us to build these places, and you're saying, okay, this is all I'm using. I'm not using anything new. I'm not using anything out of the ordinary. And this is what I'm building. And I think that's really awesome.
absolutely.
So do you guys have any questions? I see we got a few people in chat right now. I feel like I'm just jabbering, which is about normal, so it's okay. But yeah, definitely throw out your questions. If you have questions for me, if you have questions for Colton here. Um, so here's a question. How are
Sure.
you, how do you deal with things like furniture and knowing what to set up in a room? Like, what is your go-to to kind of figure those things out?
Um, I really just try to think about first, what is the reason behind this encounter? Where are they
Okay.
going to be? Am I in a tavern? Am I in, someone's room, or am I in like, a castle dining hall or a throne room? And once I have that basis of where it's going to be, then I start to look at the different furniture pieces and decorations that I have available to me right now. And I often will go to my wife also and be like, hey, what do you think would fit in this room?
Okay.
And so like for a throne room, okay, well obviously we need a throne, we need some guards, so I'll take some of these animated armors and I'll put them up maybe as statues throughout. And there's got to be an audience, so whatever chairs and benches I have are going to be put
Mhm.
there. And maybe in this throne room they also take care of um criminal trials, so maybe I want to put a stand here facing the king, and things like that. And I just let my mind go with whatever it is, and as long as I have the pieces, I will put them in there. And if I don't, then maybe I'll find something to interchange with it that looks similar enough in order to
Okay.
get that in there.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I definitely don't have everything that I would like to use or put in
right.
there, but a lot of these pieces can easily be interchangeable. I think I have a couple. They're not on my table right now, but I have a couple stools that sometimes I just use them for end tables, or like crates for I'll
Right.
put as a table, or maybe I'll turn a chair upside down and use it as like a, I don't know, like a laundry hanging, like a drying rack or something.
Right.
There's so you just there's it really, you're just limited to your imagination. There's a lot of ways you can interchange these pieces to make what
Yeah,
you
because
need to
I'm looking
make.
at like some of the items you've got going on. Yeah, we go. Yeah, thank you. Um, our tech guy is on the ball tonight, so he's going to flip us over, and you can see all these little items in the rooms. Like you've got boxes, it looks like. And what's the first one down here at the bottom right of your um, this the dragon? You've got a giant dragon on the flying around. I don't know if you're on stream or not. So
I'm not on the stream right now, but I probably can be.
our tech guys put up the image with the dragon in the air and all of your
Uh,
terrain out.
yes. Give me one second. Let me get over
Yep.
there.
And Heroes of Evermore has a question. He says, "What build encounter was your favorite to set up?"
Uh, um, let's see. My favorite to set up, it was probably one that you guys are looking at right now. That whole city area with the dragon in the air.
Yeah.
And that was
Is
that
that
was.
three different buildings most likely? Is that kind of what you've got built here?
I believe there's. Oh, okay.
Okay. So I see three currently, and then you see the keep in the back. So there, it might be too. The image might not show all of it, even as far as I know.
Oh, well, it put me into an ad, so I can't even see it yet.
Of course, you don't want ads. You just got to subscribe. It's only like $3. It's only like
I
$3 a month.
was subscribed to you,
Oh
but
no!
I don't think I renewed it because remember I was using my Prime subscription
Correct.
for
Yeah,
that.
every month you got to renew it with Prime.
Yeah,
You can't
there it
auto
goes.
renew.
Okay, so bottom right corner. Yes, that is one of the buildings that I think that my wife made, and a lot of those pieces are crates with different fruits and vegetables in them. That came in, I think it is the Whiz Kids Marketplace set. It's either the marketplace or the merchants, and they actually came with a lot of those crates and pieces. Those are all inserts, and those inserts can be taken out, and they have lids for each of them and everything.
Oh wow, that's
And
really cool.
I don't know if you can see the table with I think those are corn and maybe apples, and there's a little piece in between that's actually like a grain sack on the
Okay,
table. And she pretty much just wanted to make like a little grocery store, so that's what
right.
ended up getting put in there
Very
you
cool.
know
So right now I'm seeing, like I said, four buildings, and I'm guessing there might be another one behind the fountain.
I don't think there is.
Okay.
I think it's just in the top right, that is just one square separate building. So there are five in this picture. You got the three wooden ones, and then the top right is a small square stone building. And then the one on the top left where the dragon is actually goes
Oh,
back
okay.
behind that tree. And that's actually a blacksmith shop, and there's a forge behind there also.
Ah, very cool. That And how terrifying is that there's a giant blue dragon flying above it that's going to
Oh,
just murder you
absolutely,
all?
absolutely. And I thought it was really cool because in one of my home games, I made a custom race, a dragon race for my brother, because he was like, "Oh man, I've never played before, but I love anime, and I saw this one where they were a dragon. Can I be a dragon?" I was like, "All right, well, I'll work with you on that. So let's do it." So, on the flying stand to the right, um, is the one that's kind of bluish. Those are blue
Yeah.
dragon rings, and that's actually my brother's custom character
Oh,
that
nice.
I got from Hero Forge. I actually have it right here. Let's see if I can show that to you guys. I don't know if that's popping up there.
Damn. Oh yeah.
And I
Nice.
painted that. I painted that one myself for
Oh,
him
nice.
specifically.
Was that before? Is that before Hero Forge decided to auto paint as well? That
No,
thing's
that was
a
just
week ago.
because I didn't have the money to spend on it.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you there. See, that's got to choose where the money goes, right? Like it's kind of what
Mhm.
we all talk about here. So,
Definitely.
but yeah, no. This is so cool. Like this is the one thing that excites me about terrain and whatnot. And with us working directly with last game board here, once we get it, it's gonna be really exciting because we don't have to. I won't have to have that map at the bottom of it. It's I can display whatever I want on the
Right.
bottom of it and then just build around it on the board.
Exactly.
But it's man, now I gotta start buying Warlock tiles. I really like them. I think they're really nice looking. And I really like the fact though that they're they're already painted and you can just kind of pick it up and go.
Yep, pretty much.
Uh, and though I will say, I've never I checked out Warlock tiles and I have an affinity to say, okay, they're a lot cheaper. There is nothing there is nothing currently out there that beats the wonders of Dwarven Forge.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They are, and I tell my wife about that all the time, is Dwarven Forge has such amazing, beautiful pieces. But to me, it's just I can't justify the cost of it. And I can't justify waiting because yeah, they are so like top of the line that they're always out
Yeah,
of stock. And I can't
yeah,
I
they're
can't
always out
afford
of stock.
I don't have the patience to wait
And
for
it
them to be
scares
in
me. Like,
stock or
no
anything like
offense to
that.
anybody who buys one, it scares me that they're always out of stock.
I know. I
It's
know. It's
so
crazy.
expensive.
It's crazy. Even the unpainted sets are
Yeah,
expensive,
even the unpainted
it's
stuff is super expensive.
yeah,
Um,
that's actually what got me started into Warlock tiles in the first
right.
place. I bought when I heard that they were coming out with their very first set, and I saw the price tag and I saw, previews of it and everything. And I was like, you know what? I really like Dwarven Forge, but this is more affordable, more my style, more
Right.
customizable. I think I'm gonna go with this, and I've just stuck to it.
Yeah. So this is the setup for your game on a weekly or bi-weekly. I don't know how often you play.
It's like a monthly or bi-monthly basis because of my
Okay.
work schedule. But yeah, that's
Hey,
pretty much how my setup looks
nice.
on my side whenever I run a game.
Yeah. Which I mean is awesome because you're giving your players that immersiveness without them being there. Because I mean that's the
Exactly.
biggest downfall we have right now with the whole online. I mean, either we're playing with people who are across the world from us, or with for so long we played just because nobody wanted to come over. Like,
Yeah,
the pandemic decided to
exactly.
throw us all away for a while.
Pretty much.
Um, but hopefully now with all of that starting to kind of calm down, we're going to see a lot more in-person games again, which there is nothing. I love my online game. I love my players. But there is nothing like sitting around a table with drinks and food and a full-blown battle map ready
Exactly.
or pieces ready for a battle map and just going for a few hours. And it's just such a fun experience.
It really is. It really
Um,
is.
and it's a shame for
Unfortunately,
some of my players because some of my players don't even play on video. So missing that facial interactions and the
Yes.
the body language that they're giving off kind of dampens that
It takes
immersion
something away.
sometimes.
I think it definitely takes something away from the game. And fortunately for me, my wife loves the curses. She's always enjoyed D&D, but
Mhm.
it's never really been her thing until I introduced her to Curse and Strahd. That's very much her speed. She's like, I will sit and play this forever with you. And so I do get to play in person with her all the time, obviously, and
Right.
have all my setups ready for her and things like that. But the other game that I run is for my two brothers. One of them lives in Florida. I'm in New York. And the other one used to live 5 minutes away from me, but then I bought a house an hour away from him. So it's just kind of easier for all of us to do that online, which is why I run my games like I do in that picture there.
Nice. It looks like a good setup. I mean, it's very similar to my setup. And um, once we get the last game board set up on the left hand or on our side, it will be very similar to that. But yeah, this makes me feel back at home, right? This is the back of the table game, and it's an exciting feeling. If this is just a shout out to people, if you're going to be at Gen Con this year, I'll be running in-person games at Gen Con for Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
That's awesome.
So for your wife though, because she likes Curse of Strahd,
Yes.
I'm going to contact our company, the people that we work with, GUI Cube, and I'm sure they'll let me do it. Is that we have little small adventures, and they're not the full chapter boxes. Full chapter boxes are insane, mind you. They're about probably about two, probably about 4 or 5 pounds.
Wow, that's pretty big.
And it comes with a bunch of character sheets. It comes with a bunch of character artwork, and when I'm telling you immersive, man, these things are incredible. And they are, let me do our little, it's my little spiel. So if you've seen Beetle and Grimm, this is the best way I can describe this. They're smaller than Beetle and Grimm, but they definitely pack that same mentality to it. So let me see if I can get this to show up on my screen without it. So this is a box, right?
Okay.
And it's not small. It's not. And it's
no,
heavy.
That's a pretty big box. Yeah.
And they come with about anywhere between 100 and 200 images. So you've got all character photos, wonderful artwork.
That's beautiful.
Item cards that you can literally throw at your players. I have a habit of that. It's more of a thing because of the military in me. Because back when I was first in the military, when I first started in the military, and then you're sitting in.
I do it too with my. I have boxes of cards here, and
exactly.
I know exactly. I was in the Air Force for 4 years, so I know exactly what you mean.
Yep, I've been in now over 10. This is my 10th year in the Air Force, so. But yeah, no, and I just remember it basic when they chucked envelopes at you from far range.
Pretty much.
Winged envelopes at you. But that's kind of the mentality. I like to toss cards at people and tell them that it's fun. But yeah, so they have those. They have an entire adventure. The adventure has a very gothic horror type feel to it. So I think
right up.
I think she would really enjoy it. And I'm sure that GUI Cube would be interested too. And if you want to, if you can't make it to Indianapolis in August, GUI Cube will be running games at Gen Con online with other game masters, not myself, but you can run games through them as well. And we have an amazing group of game masters. We probably have 35 game masters that are going to be there. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be intense. But yeah, I definitely want to recommend that one specifically for you because Curse of Strahd being your wife's forte.
Yeah, I
So
definitely, that's 100% a good recommendation. Shoot me the information on that one, and I'll definitely
yeah.
look into that.
And the crazy thing about it is they're already on Roll 20. They're being ported right now to Foundry, and also they're already out on a new adventure called Alchemy, which is we talked about their VTT last week on Tavern Talks. So with Asher, which was very immersive. They haven't gotten the battle map build yet for it, but for the actual immersion and showing the artwork off and putting music behind it, it's definitely been a big deal. Hey, 225 games, welcome, buddy. Thank you for the
Hey,
raid.
come in.
So we're talking with DM Dad and Co about the craziness that is Warlock tiles. Tech guy, fix that. It's underneath everybody. I'll make our tech guru fix that. That's all right. But
The
the
raid symbol
the raid symbol
was
is
on the
underneath
bottom.
yeah, it's underneath the character or underneath
The cameras.
the cameras. But this is our all right. So back to our what I was talking about though is this definitely would be a lot of fun to play with people who enjoy Curse of Strahd specifically. And in the near future, my actual adventure will be published through their company as well. So I'm really excited for that one too.
Oh, congratulations.
So it's been a struggle, but we're getting there. We're closing in. One of my favorite moments was the first time I got to see artwork that was being presented for what I wrote, and I was like, it's real. Like this isn't just a pipe dream anymore. It's coming together, and got like 16 or 17 pieces of artwork for it already, and I'm just like, this thing's slowly coming together, and it just looks incredible. I'm super excited to, because that's what I'll be doing at Gen Con all weekend. Is I'll be running my adventure, hopefully with the last game board and some wonderful music by Sirenscape, and really ramping up our immersion factor. I might even have to see if the Master of Goo will allow me to use his ridiculous amount of Dwarven Forge that he brings to every single convention. Oh my goodness. If you didn't get a chance to, and you're on our Instagram, probably about a couple months ago, I was in, yeah, so let's see. This was, scroll down, and it's about 10 weeks ago is when this was done. But if you scroll down, you can see the giant Great Gooey game show that we did in Colorado, and the amount of Dwarven Forge that was used for that would make normal people cry. All I'm gonna say, it made normal people cry, because it made me cry to be able to even use it. Thank you, DM Tim, for the gifts. That is super generous. Thank you, buddy. Fix the sub. That guy, fix us. But yeah, we thank you for the 2 subs. Guys, welcome. If you haven't hung out with us yet, make sure you hit that follow button. We play twice. We run 2 games a week. We do our show tonight where we bring in our wonderful guests, and of course our Sunday stream, which is currently on hold for the moment, but when it comes back soon, we'll also be playing a full live play gameplay in the world of Xyothe, built by Gooey Cube, who is our constant sponsor, because they take care of us so well. But I would suggest it. If you like carnivals, it's a creepy convention. It's a creepy carnival that has all sorts of twists and turns and mystery, and it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, let's see here. What else can we show off? Would you like to show off the build you're working on right now?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. This
All
was
right. Let's swap over to a live growth build for his current adventure. So tell us a little bit about the build that you have up right now as it swaps
So
over on our.
this is a build for my home game that I run for my brothers.
Okay.
One of the without I don't think they're gonna see this before they find this out, but just in case, I'm not gonna give away too much. But they have encountered a member of the nobility so far in the city of Zadash. We are playing in the Wild Mount setting from Critical Role.
Okay.
And so I created a noble NPC, and she has helped them and vouched for them with the lawmaster in the city of Zadash. And because of some of the things that they've done so far in pushing back some undead attacks in the city, she's going to be inviting them to a harvest close ball,
Okay.
banquet ball that she's going to be having at her estate. And now one of my players, the dragon character, is very arrogant, very macho, very like I am the best and
Right.
nobody can beat me sort of thing. And he's made sort of a reputation for himself. So
That can be good or that could be bad.
it works both ways, and it has for him for sure. But there is a participant in this banquet that is, depending on how he interacts with them, most likely going to challenge them to a duel. And so I figured, all right, well, now I have to build at least the part of the estate where this duel is going to be taking place. So I wanted to kind of create this courtyard area and show that how kind of big it is. And, it's just the first floor, just a courtyard area where they can come in, and I thought it would be nice to have a fountain there and just kind of really show the atmosphere. So I put a lot of NPCs out and about, a little rooster here for um just because I felt like putting a rooster there. um but really that's what it was, and that's what kind of got me wanting to build this. I
Yeah.
remembered my greenest keep video, and I wanted to do something with a courtyard instead of a ballroom for this as well. And I just
I love those the trees, how they just come apart because then you can move them if you need to so that people can see what's underneath them and stuff like that.
absolutely, yeah.
Uh, the only downfall with those trees, and we have a friend of ours has built trees that actually like the limbs stick out and stuff, but it doesn't look as pretty, but it's so you can actually put the tree, like people in the tree and stuff. And
Yes.
I think that's the only downfall with those big type trees. Can't really
Yeah.
put it in the tree. I guess if you have sticky tack or something like that, you can put it on the
Yeah,
tree.
these are actually from Monster Fight Club. These are Monster
Yeah,
Fight Club trees.
yeah, those are nice trees. I remember last year walking through Monster Fight Club being like, once again, I have no terrain whatsoever, but I really want to buy trees. Like they're just so pretty.
Yeah, they're really
Um,
awesome.
I think they did a huge like battle inside of a cavern and you could look through it. And I was just amazed by some of the things that they come up with.
Yeah, they have a lot of really awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things about these trees is that the leaves come off, and I use them in my Curse of Straw game that I'm running for my wife because it's more of a creepy setting, and I can just have it like that, like to kind of set it up.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
and then you get creepy trees that don't have anything on them, and you're like,
exactly.
now you have dead trees. But yeah, no, I like it. I also think you could probably use those for little mounds of like hills and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
if you really had to as well.
100%. You could. They don't sit super flat, but you can
Yeah,
definitely put them down and make it work.
nice. Hey guys, welcome. Hey, for new players, anybody who's coming in, we're talking about terrain and about building tonight. So if you have any questions, make sure you're tossing those up in the chat room so that we can get those answered for you guys. We're about 45 minutes in so far, and we've had a little bit of some fun conversations. We've had some of the bigger stuff that you're building, and then we have the live group right now, and my tech guy is gonna have to So I'm going to step away for a second because I hear a baby crying. So I'm going to take care of that for a moment. If you can just talk more about your story that you're growing right now, and I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
Sure,
Apologize about this.
no problem. So, like I said, I'm running a game for my brothers in the Wildmount setting, and they're pretty much based out of Cities of Dash. I've made my own changes to this setting, and such as I've actually put into the world an adventurers guild, and my players are members of that guild, pretty high ranking members right now at the moment. And so they had come back from one of their quests in the beginning of this adventure, returned to the city, and we're going out to celebrate a completed contract when some undead were attacking the people outside of the restaurant that they were in. And of course, being um, the sort to kind of run in and just, I want to be the savior, I want to be the important, powerful guy. So, I'm going to run out there and take care of this. um Players that they really went out and did that, and as they were killing off the skeletons and zombies and things that showed up, they noticed that some of them were doing a sort of ritual to corrupt a fountain in that square area, and then it was determined to be some kind of dark divine magic. And in order to take care of that, my players searched out one of the temples to the deities. They actually went to the temple of the Raven Queen, which happened to be the nearest temple to them, to seek guidance and try and get this corrupted fountain taken care of. Upon getting there, they were tested by the goddess herself and had to fight shadow versions of themselves, which were either better or worse depending on the situation they were in. For example, one of the players who is a dragon but sealed in human form, they can really only grow wings and a tail at will, was forced to face an adult dragon of the same color by himself in this sort of dreamscape that the Raven Queen goddess had sent him to, in order to prove himself worthy of, not really becoming her champion, but assisting her or getting her assistance in cleansing this fountain and this corruption that has started to take root. They did manage to prove themselves, and the high priestess of the temple sent them to find some rare ingredients, and that they were going to need in order to perform the cleansing ritual. And they took a contract to go, and one of the items they needed to cleanse the fountain was a chimera's heart. So they took out another contract from their guild to go about a day's travel away, kill the chimera, get the heart, bring it back to the high priestess so that she can help them to cleanse the corrupted fountain, and kind of get them a little bit more information about what they were dealing with. And they did find a symbol on some of the uh, dead bodies, the zombies. And I believe they killed a vampire or a vampire spawn also. And that's where they found the symbol. And they went back to their guild and researched it and found out that it was actually a symbol of Vecna. And so now they are trying to figure out where these people are hiding and what they're trying to accomplish by setting these undead at different points in the city after cleansing this fountain. They want to know what else is going on, what was the bigger picture. And I believe my last session with them left off in a hidden sewer altar, and they left off in a fight down there where the cultists were trying to sacrifice a woman to desecrate that area. And so far, they have just started that battle, and next time we pick up, that's probably where we're going to start again.
Must get an epic Vecna mini. Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
Vecna's mini is.
yeah. Vecna is one of my favorites, and I definitely am going to have to get a really epic one for him when the time comes for that. And I don't know if you guys watch Stranger Things, but I thought it was awesome that they happened to announce that the big villain in season 4 was
Yeah. And that'll be the
Vecna.
final. That'll be the final villain too.
Yeah,
Sad about that portion, but the fact that they're going to bring Vecna as the final villain is pretty exciting.
absolutely, absolutely. I was really hyped when they announced that.
Yeah. I liked how they twisted some of the monsters in D&D and made them their own in that one. I think it's very unique how they've done it.
Definitely.
They definitely weakened the Demogorgon though. No offense to the Demogorgon and how crazy that creature is. They
I know.
definitely weakened that
No,
sucker.
well, 100%. 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and now watch the rewind on it so I can hear the story because now because everybody else sounded really excited on what you're working on here. For anybody who doesn't know, our campaign closed out this week, or well, this last Sunday. So we've taken a couple weeks off, but we're prepping now for the final or for another arc of the story, and we're excited. It's probably gonna be about an 8-week arc. So be a couple new actors too. See new faces. But yeah, this I'm guessing is the courtyard / estate. I'm guessing is what you built here.
That is correct. That's what I have here. This is actually the build video for this I put up not last week, but I believe the week before on my YouTube channel, DM Datico, and it would be the D'Angelo estate, I believe.
All right. So for all of our friends that are floating around in here, let me post that. People go check that. I am a god on my own channel, and I can do that kind of thing. So. I feel bad because a lot of people will try to share things that really do pertain to what we're working on, but because of the way Nightbot and some of our other tools work, only moderators can actually share things. So I usually have to copy them and paste them back in again. So I just worry that some people get like shadow banned for like 5 minutes because they can't type anything because you put a link in. Yeah. We're working on those things, people. Promise. It's a work in progress. We might be at episode 43, but we learn things new every week. I'm telling you, it's crazy how much the world of streaming and the world of tabletop gaming and trying to be interactive with players and with the audience is definitely upped our game. Something I do challenge all of our wonderful people in our channel though for is if you have ideas of how you would like to see this thing grow, specifically our Tavern Talks channel grow, please feel free to send me a message or jump on our Discord so that we can have a talk. And because we're really looking for other options to make this more interactive for people and to make this more fun. I thought about maybe adding a voice mod, cheer, you 500 points and you can change my voice for 5 minutes and make it sound goofy and stuff like that. And I really don't mind, the cheering's great. That really helps us. It keeps the lights on for our shows. But really, I would rather use Misfit marks because those are things that you get just for free, and it just allows us to have a lot of fun. But we do appreciate those cheers. Those help more than you know, because this does take time and energy and a crew of people now to run. So But anybody else have any other questions? We're just about at 10 o'clock. Do you have anything else you want to share about specifically Warlock tiles or anything you have you're working
Well,
on?
I have been eyeing this and looking forward to this for a while. Is the Cavern set that they came out with? It's pretty widely available now. I just haven't had the money to get it at the moment, but it is on sale on Amazon for $59.99, which is a pretty decent price. And from all the reviews and everything I've seen so far, they are very modular, very easy to use. So I would definitely go and check that out. The Warlock Tiles Cavern Tiles set. I don't know how much of a percentage off that is, but it's at a pretty decent price point right now. I'm not sure how long that sale is going to last. So if any of you guys are interested in that, I would definitely go check that out.
I'm looking right now. Trying to see what the. I was like, I have to jump on that. The crazy thing is so I got the Amazon one, and it looks like the Amazon one is a little at the Dripstone Bridge, which is an accessory bonus to it, is $40.
Yep.
But I'm still seeing the major set at Caverns at 100.
Is it?
Yeah. Now I could be wrong. I could be just hitting the wrong link, but I'm seeing nothing. But
let me check that out.
But it still beats, and no offense, love them to death. Plague Stone is $400 from Dwarven Forge. So
yeah.
I respect them though.
There
not
is
sure if Twitch allows this, but having an audience, in essence, letting the live viewers get to pop up on video screens on the sides, all having pints but on mute, getting to see everyone else, making it more community based. Just an idea.
That's a really nice idea.
That's a really good idea. I'm going to get with our tech guy who is working with us, and we're going to come up with ways to maybe make that happen. What we'll probably do with that is, if you're a subscriber or if you're in our Discord. So, since we've got some people in here tonight, and I'm kind of curious on the conversation, if we opened up a Patreon that would connect with our Tavern Talks, would people be interested for a small fee if we brought it so that either before the session or after the session, you would have literally a 30-minute talk where everybody is together in one room? And in the meantime, we could also do, of course, if you've subscribed and in the Discord, or subscribe and you have the link to the Zoom, we can put everybody's pictures up in the tavern somewhere. Just ideas. I've been kind of mulling it around in my head. I don't understand personally yet how I want to work all of that. And the more work we put into this, of course, some of it's going to have to go behind a paywall that I don't completely thrilled about, but I do understand that it is part of the necessity of life. So if that's something you guys be interested in doing time, like spending direct time with me and the guests after a show or before a show, and kind of seeing the back end of things, or just to talk one-to-one in a video version of this, please just send me a message or jump in our Discord and let me know, or just let us know in the channel, and I'll open that up to you guys. And I think, like I said, it could be as little as a subscription for Twitch. Twitch helps us. It helps us a little bit here and there, but that definitely will bump us up on the algorithm and stuff for Twitch, and it'll also help us to just supply that stuff, like an after party. Yes, like an after party. Making a tavern experience would be pretty sweet. Okay, so guys, we're gonna take that opportunity to take those notes down and come up with ways to make that happen.
I like that idea as well.
Tavern party.
Definitely think that's really cool.
Okay, so take that back to our team. We're gonna mull it around. If you have any ideas, make sure you jump in there on our Discord. Really, Discord's the best way to do it. If you can get into our Discord and hang out, those are the best ways how you keep us connected. And it's where all of our notes come out of. But you can also talk to the entire cast and stuff in Discord. Most of us are pretty active in there. Finally put my drinking horn to good use. Hey, Tim, if you got a drinking horn, you better put that thing to good use, because that's awesome.
My wife has been asking me to buy her a drinking horn for a while now, so I might have to get it. Her birthday's coming up. I'll probably buy her one for that.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a goal you need to accomplish there, but
Oh yeah.
so yeah, thanks guys. That's so much helpful for us. That's so helpful for us to continue this excitement. We do have another project in the making for people who are interested in people who like monsters. We have something coming up called Lore Master Safari. It's the first time it's being announced on Twitch. I think maybe I've announced it last week too. I don't remember. I do a lot of stuff. Me and our co-host Matt are gonna take 1 week out of the month for this Tavern Talks, and we're going to turn it into a safari run. And what that's going to do is we're going to take a monster out of the SRD. We're going to break him down and figure out all of the ins and outs of him. We're going to put him back together and make him fun to play with. And then we're going to then we're going to have people raffle Ned. So Ned is the guy that fights the monster at the end of the night. So we'll have maps for Ned, we'll have pictures for Ned, we'll have pictures of the monster, and we'll see if Ned can defeat the monster. Now, Ned, we haven't decided his level yet. I think what we might do, what my curiosity is, and if the channel wants to help with Ned, I think what we'll do is that will be where you can put points together or tip. And for every $5 that's tipped, Ned will increase his level by 1. And that will get it so that, if we get so much money, then of course Ned will be a level 20 character, and then that Ned level 20 character is just going to wipe the floor with the monster. But no tips, then Ned gets to be level 2 or level 1, and Ned probably is going to die. Now, mind you, we have an assortment of necromancers sitting at the sidelines, making sure that the next time we come back to the story, Ned will be back and ready to go again. We're going to continue that story. So I think it'll be fun. I really do. I don't know why, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be kind of like one person's going to be like the Sculler, and the other person's going to be like Steve Irwin. And I think that's how this is going to go. And I think it'll be fun. So keep an eye out for Lore Master Safari as we ramp up for that one in the near future as well. So it is 10 o'clock. That means that technically the bar is closed. It is time to call last call. So do you have any last things you'd like to say or share with our wonderful viewers and myself about DM Dadco, or just whatever you want to say?
Well, I just gotta say I really, really enjoyed being on here tonight. Thank you guys. Your questions were great, and I really enjoyed myself sharing with you guys my kind of thought process, my ideas, and the storyline I've got going with me. And congratulations on everything that you're doing. And like I said earlier, I think I don't know if it was before we were streaming or while we were streaming, but I will talk to my wife about maybe donating a set of Warlock.
That'd be awesome. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna make sure that if I get a set donated to me, no matter who donates it, I'm gonna build something out of it, and I'm gonna show off it, because I think that's just the coolest thing in the world is when people are willing to support your dreams, and then you can give those opportunities back, showing off stuff and whatnot. Definitely, that's a lot of fun. I'm excited. I hope your wife is excited too. Now, I will say, I really like your energy. I really do. I think it's an amazing opportunity that you've done. You put a lot of work and energy into this. I'm going to go back to my team and see if we've got maybe some guest opportunities for have you come on the show for a couple episodes. Play as a player.
That would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. Actually, I would love to be a guest on your show.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. So, like I said, with our new adventure coming out, Plots in Darkenhaven, where we're going to have 18 actors, guest actors every 2 weeks, potentially, and 3 to 4 GMs in the pocket. It's going to be a story and a show that you guys are not going to want to miss. So definitely keep your eyes open. That is going to launch here. Let me make sure I grab that real fast. So that is going to launch on first episode of Plots in Darkenhaven will launch on 7/10/2022, of course, at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be ran by my original co-host of Tavern Talks, Corey, along with a few of our wonderful actors. And we are really excited to show this show off because we've put a lot of effort and energy into this, including customized artwork, customized maps, all of the sounds we ran through our wonderful people over at Sirenscape, and everything will be driven through the battle VTT, which is known as Foundry. So we're excited. We're looking forward to this one. And this is the big project of the year, and I'm really excited to launch it. So, well, we're really excited to launch it. I just get to be the one that gets to tell about it. So, thank you again, Colton, for coming.
Yeah,
your
of course.
builds are incredible. I continue to hope to see more and more of that come out over the next few months and years beyond. As you get more and more stuff, of course, it's just going to get more and more intricate, and that's just awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you to our wonderful, wonderful audience for coming to hang out with us. All of your questions were great tonight. All of the love and excitement that you guys showed was just absolutely incredible. So we hope to see you guys all next week. Next week, we have, because I've finally been able to kind of spot a bunch of these. Hey, actually, we have our good friends at Heroes of Evermore next week. So we will see those guys next week as our guests. And we'll be talking, so keep an eye on our social medias to find out what we'll be talking about. But I think we might be doing some homebrew. So really excited for that. So until then, everyone, raise a glass, have your final drink. Tavern is closed, and we will see you guys all next week on Tavern Talks.